Is Star Runner a map that I don't believe we've seen yet, guys? Whoa, this looks like Derelict Watcher had a glitch. Like, someone tried to make Derelict Watcher and it freaked out in the map editor. Fug off. Yeah, Infinity Pokey. Alright. Without further ado, guys, we get into this matchup. This is game number 2 in the semifinals, a best of 3. Down 1 in the series. Whoa, not +1. Down 1 in the series. Spawning here in the lower right corner of the map. It is Dignitas Tefel. Home Star Runner. Yeah, no, this is, I like that. Nice. In the upper right, the purple Zerg player leading the series with a very definitive 10 pool. It is Fruttis. It too, Frutte? Anyone nerdy enough to get that? Let's take a quick look at the map. Again, I've not seen this before in this, well, it's obviously on a Star Station type tile set. It's got the Derelict Watcher feel to it. I like the bridges. I think that's kind of cool. You get double chokes going off at the same time. I don't know what this is, but this looks really cool. Hologram of what looks to be like a Banshee Medevac combined hybrid. I don't know. A whale ship, to say the least. Anyways, lots of dead space in the main, but looks like there's a lot more. This is weird. Like, this is kind of a safe natural, but at the same time isn't. This is a really unique design, and I like this. The choke will make it so you can defend against, make a wall off if you need to once you take the natural, but ever-present danger from the high ground could be a problem. I don't know. Now, I was not an avid Brood War guy. I've said this multiple times in the past. I wasn't the biggest fan of things. We have Fruttis in an early pool again. Talk about that in a second. But one thing I'm curious about is whether lurkers were ever often utilized in ZVZ, because I do see a lot of potential for like really cool engagements if you could set them up. But you know, there is the earlier pool also coming out of Tefel, so not going to get caught off guard by this entirely. Even taking this natural with gas. Oh wow, is that not a cancel? That's a full-on gas. Okay, so Tefel will be pretty suited to deal with Fruttis this time if Fruttis was going to go for aggression, but I think Fruttis was banking on finding his opponent first. So instead opts to build a queen. Again, if you're just tuning in for the first time today, welcome to STARBOW, the abridged version of StarCraft, as I like to refer to it. Things are a little bit different, but not by a lot. One of the big things, though, is getting the queen first like this, I find to be curious. You can still spread creep tumors. You can still essentially transfuse. It's actually called Nurturing Swarm now. That's a whole other thing we'll talk about in a second. But oh my god, is that a fast layer. Now, for a layer to be coming out this fast leads to only 2 conclusions in my mind. You can try going mutilus off one base, but you're not going to effectively do it. It's like you have a enhanced economy, but not by a whole lot, right? Roaches are no longer tier 1, so you may be opting to get roaches by getting this out a little bit quicker. Lurkers, like I was just kind of nerding about, is something you could try to rush towards if you want to, but you'd have a Hydralisk down first if that was going to be the case. So for now, Fruttis could be in a bit of trouble. Tefel doesn't know where his opponent is just yet. He's taking a bit of a guess, gambling here in the top left, has seen now the the top right. So as long as he's not turning around to come attack. Metabolic boost on the way for both players, but Fruttis, I feel, if he fights on the ramp, he should be okay. He may have to give up this natural base. Tefel's invested a decent amount of links to say, you know what, fuck you for that game number 1. Let me pay you back in full. With 2 bases already up and running, though, Tefel would be in a pretty good spot. As we see, this is what the inject looks like now in the hatchery. It's slightly different. Nurturing Swarm is something that makes buildings build faster. Could have used that on his natural base if you wanted to get that up a little bit quicker, but Queen being brought into the fight, once it enrages, oh god, does it look cool, but it also adds a lot of damage. It's not the same Queen that we have currently in regular StarCraft 2, but it is, again, for the most part, got the same mechanics. One big thing was he kept Tefel out of the base from seeing that spire, from seeing that lair, but alright, gonna go for the spire nonetheless. So this is what I wanted to talk about a little bit. We got a little bit distracted by this crazy aggression coming out of Tefel. 1 HP for the win! The reason I said you can go Spire, wow, that one Zergling was a beast. The reason you can kind of try to go one Spire off one base is because gas comes down much quicker. This one geyser is mighty 8 gas per trip, guys, instead of like 3 like you have in regular StarCraft 2. So the ability to produce mutilates is certainly here. He's got a small gas bank, but it's nothing insane. Tefel, unfortunately, scouts this, so it's going to really be unfortunate for Fruttis because some Spore Crawlers may go down, and I don't know if STARBOW Spore Crawlers are like super OP Spore Crawlers like in regular StarCraft, or if they're just toned down like they were originally. We'll find out in a moment's time. Why is there debris in the middle of the map? Is this just aesthetics? Like, kill all the debris, unlock a secret here in the middle? That'd be cool. That'd be so cool, actually. Anyways, we'll see what happens here. Fruttis definitely going to still stick with those mutals. Didn't cancel the Spire. Going to see what he can do done with it. And guys, Oh, we did it! We broke 1K for ESL for sTARBOW, and we're not even at the finals yet. So thank you guys for tuning in and contributing to this. Again, I can't believe we got so many viewers to a massive tournament going on at the same time. I'm sure a lot of you are multi-twitching, and I hope a lot of you are multi-twitching, because I gotta be honest, if I could be watching Nation Wars right now, I would be. But instead we're casting some sTARBOW, and I can't complain about that. Tefel coming with a lot of lings now. Mutalisks are on the way, but only 4 of them. It's, again, nothing too insane to deal with. Fruttis doesn't have the economy to really produce like 10 or 12, and it's, well, gonna probably cost him his natural base. Lings are getting in here and trying to clean this up. I love that whole position on the Enraged Queen. No easy way to get behind that mineral line. But the Lings also go for whole position to try and gut these drones. A lot of them getting out of here. No, never mind. None of them getting out of here. I was going to say some getting away with 1 health, but Lings now have the Mutalisks to deal with. Mutalisks, of course, not too different from what you guys are used to seeing. Damage still bounces. It's still the Glaive Worm. Drones are being stacked to try and stay alive, and Tefel knows that if he can kill enough workers, he'll keep the Mutalisks on this side of the map instead of coming back home. But with his Lings running out, a little bit exacerbated now, getting his own Spire, he's going to be really late to the party with his own Mutalisks is the problem. And if this is anything like regular StarCraft 2 Mutalisks, well, then we know that those fights are really, really over quickly. Still a bit shocked to see no Spore Crawlers coming down. I mean, really, Tefel, you know your Spire is so late. What are you waiting on here, man? Okay, Spore Crawler now on the way, but I'm really scared this may be too late. An Enraged Queen is good, but it's not that good. He's only got 2 of them, too. And he's ejecting Larva. Can't even enrage it. So, Spore Crawler in the main. Oh, this could be problematic if that doesn't get up. Mutalisks are going to try and focus it down. Tefel evacuating towards the natural. Spire may be targeted, but he's going to have to build some Mutalisks right away, and he doesn't have the minerals to make enough to outclass the amount of Mutalisks coming his way. Enraged Queen coming towards the main, but again, it's just an Enraged Queen. It doesn't get that much done, and Tefel going for a counterattack while this is going on with his own Lings. He's going to try and cause some damage behind this, but if a Spore Crawler can't get down, Tefel might just have lost this game, guys. And what's really disheartening about this is like regular StarCraft 2. Like, this isn't because of sTARBOW. He didn't get caught off guard insanely by this. 3 Mutalisks are about to pop, and God, there's just no way 3 Mutalisks deals with this amount. Spore Crawler still desperately trying to come down here for Tefel. Looks like it probably will not complete. Scourges coming out there are a nice addition to this fight. I didn't even see those in the production tab. Now in full retreat away from this, the Scourges, of course, do a ton of damage to the Mutalisks, and they're supposed to have splash damage, but the splash damage is just a little bit buggy from what I can tell. Lings, of course, cleaned out. Fruttis entirely down to 3 workers, almost nothing remaining. You know, I said Tefel might be losing this game without that Spore Crawler. It does complete, and it does have the bonus versus biological. But the Scourges, guys, oh, I'm such an idiot. I didn't even see them in the production tab. The Scourges will keep him in this game if he can get a good engagement. And as we can see here, if they clump up too much, the Scourges may be a little too powerful, but focusing them down with some intense hit and run. How is Fruttis not getting hit by these Scourges? A couple will finally get a connect off, and Tefel now only has about 3 Mutalisks to deal with. Sorry, 2 Mutalisks to deal with instead of like 9. Good game is called. Tefel will bring this back 1-1, and this was the ZVZ I wanted to see, guys.